Hello everyone, welcome to my second channel, More Test on a Quest. So on this channel, I'm going to be practically doing other videos. I don't know what I really am going to be doing with this one. I want my main to be mainly NHL with the occasional other videos, so I said, you know what, let's start up a second channel. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at the Madden 10 rosters. So we're just gonna go through all the teams, free agency. Yeah, and let's take a look. So without further ado, we're starting with the Chicago Bears. Obviously, I don't know too many of these players because I wasn't really watching the NFL in 2010 as like a diehard until maybe like 2013, 14 was when I was like really paying attention. Greg Olson, oh my God, Desmond Clark, DJ Moore, Devin Hester, 99 speed, that's right. Jason Davis, Adrian Peterson, Rasheed Davis, Nick Roach, Marcus Harrison, Anthony Adams, Corey Graham, Kellen Davis, Patrick Maloney, Marcus Freeman, Johnny Knox, Taylor Reed, Craig Stilts, Jamar Williams, Zachary Bowman. Next up, we have the Bengals with Chad Osenko, Carson Palmer, Shane Graham, Andre Smith, Tamata Pecco, Roy Williams, Robbie Williams, Andrew Whitworth, Keith Rivers, Leon Hall, Robert, Cedric Benson, Jonathan Joseph, Pat Sims, Anthony Collins, Damani Jones, Chris Crocker, Antoine Odom, Reggie Kelly, Jeremiah Johnson, Rashad Gentry, or Janti, Nadu Ndoiki, Michael Johnson, Kyle Cook, Scott, Hank Johnson, what a name, Chris Henry, Kenny Watson. Wow, okay. I recognize a couple of these names. Dennis Rowland, oh my god. Antonio Andre, Morgan, Jerome, Simo, David Jones, Jordan Palmer. Any relation to the Carson Bomber? The Buffalo Bills, Marcus Stroud, Terrell Owens, oh my god. Brian Morgan, Marshawn Lynch as a Bill, Lee Evans, Dante Whitener, Terrence McGee, Langston Walker, Josh Reed, Aaron Maben, Fred Jackson. Oops, not mean to do that. Andy, Kyle, Brad Butler, Trent Edwards, Eric Wood, Dominic Rhodes, Coach Simpson, Berard, Kirk Chambers, McIntyre, George Wilson, Ryan, Sean Nelson, Spencer Johnson, Derek Fine, Brian Scott, Kerry Harris, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Wow, only a 65. Jonathan Scott, John Welbling, Aston Ubody. That's a dope name. James Hardy, Justin Jenkins, Pat Thomas. The Broncos, Champ Bailey, Brendan Marshall, Brian Dawkins, Ryan Clady, DJ Williams, Peyton Hillis, Dante Graham, Chris Cooper, Andre Goodman, Kyle Orton, Kenny Peterson, Darcel McFath, Brendan Stokely, Marcus Thomas, Daryl Reed, Richard Quinn, Seth Olson, Chris Sims, Boss Bailey, Jarvis Morris, Tim Crowder, Brett Kern, Matthias Askew, Pat Murray, Spencer Larson, Lonnie Paxton, Nick Clemens, Josh Barrett, Josh Bell, Vernon Fox, the Browns, Joe Thomas, Sean Rogers, Eric Steinbach, Lawrence Vickers, Braylon Edwards, DeQuell Jackson, Jamal Lewis. God, I recognize a lot of these names. Not a Browns fan. My team is the Patriots. Roderick Hood, Jerome Harrison, Marion Rucker, David Patton, James Davis, Coy Francis, Mike Adams. Oh my God. CJ Mosley, 26 at the time. God damn. Paul Hubbard. The Cardinals had Davin Joseph, Jeff Fain, Barrett Rude, Antonio Bryant, Aaron Sears, Derek Ward, Josh Bidwell, BJ Askew, Jeremiah Stevens, Ryan Leftwich, Josh Freeman, Ryan Sims, John Gilmore, Will Allen, Mike Nugent, Anthony Alba, Clifton Smith, Torrey Cox, Kyle Moore, EJ Biggers, Quincy Black, Craig Peterson. Wow. Cardinals, Larry Fitzgerald, one of my favorite receivers of all time. Kurt Warner. Remember him from that one episode of Zach and Life with, I think, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody when they were on the ship. Levi Brown, Anthony Betch, Tim Hightower, Clark Hagans, Rashad Johnson, Jason Wright, Tim Castile, Brendan Keith, Gabe Watson, Harry Johnson, Elton Brown, Cody Brown, Keith Lewis, Ralph Brown, Brian St. Pierre. On the Chargers, you had Antonio Gates, one of the best tight ends in my opinion, up there with Gronk and Travis Kelce. Philip Rivers, who just came back as a 44-year-old. That's crazy. Yeah, so let me know in the comments what your favorite NFL team is, how long you've been a fan, who your favorite players were at this time if you were watching in 2010, who are your favorite players now. That'd be kind of cool. Very English. Jacob Hester, Ian Scott, Tyrone Green, Gartrell Johnson, Demetrius Bird or Byrid. I never know how to pronounce those names. I apologize. The Colt or wait, hold on. Chargers, Chiefs. Brian Waters, Larry Johnson, Matt Cassell. Oh my God. Glenn Dorsey, Herb Taylor, Brendan Carr, Mike Cox, Mark Bradley, Sean Ryan, Colby Smith, Jeff Webb. Damn, that's a name I've heard before. Brian De La Penta. It's a cool name. Don't know if I said it right, but if I didn't, I apologize. You have a cool name, sir. Weston Dacus, Quentin Lawrence. To the Colts, he had Peyton Manning, 99, before he went over to the Broncos. Bob Sanders, Jeff Saturday, what a name. I say that as if I haven't heard that one before. Charlie Johnson. Adam Vinatieri, New England Patriot legend. Eric Foster. Jacob Tam, Matt Giordano. Mike Hart. Adam Seward, Seward, sorry. Roy Hall, TJ Rushing. How are you not gonna be a running back? DeMarcus Ware on the Cowboys, Jason Witten. Oh my God, this team. Leonardo Davis, Terrence Newman, Tony Romo, Keith Brooking, Ken Hamlin, Roy Williams, Brady James, Kyle Kosian, Felix Jones, Deion Anderson, Martellus Bennett, Mike Jenkins, this team, Miles Austin, Doug Bree, D'Angelo Smith, Sam Hurd, Corey Proctor, Matt Stewart, Stephon McGee. Oh, damn. Alan Ball. On the Dolphins, you had Joey Porter, Jake Long, Ronnie Brown, Vernon Carey, Chad Pennington, Justin Smiley, Gabriel Wilson, Anthony Fasano, Jeremiah Bell, Will Allen, Jake Grove, Channing Crowder, Jason Taylor, Ted Ginn, Ricky Williams, a really close-up face photo there, Jason Ferguson, Sean Smith, Kendall Langford, Devon Bess, David Martin, Ethan Odell, Luis Capotel, Eric Green. Damn, these are some names. And in the comments, let me know what next Madden game you want me to take a look at the rosters. I think I have the majority of them, but if not, there's a video game shop down here that they sell old Madden games for like pretty cheap, like 99 cents to $1. So if there's any games I don't have, I could go there and check to see if they have. So the Eagles, Trent Cole, Donovan McNabb, Elias Hobbs, Broderick Bunkley, Leonardo Weaver, Deshaun Jackson, Sean Jones, Darren Howard, David Akers, Mike Batterson, LaShawn McCoy, Matt Chabal, Reggie Brown, Hakeem Jordan, Trevor Laws, Macho Harris, Max Sean Gillis, Kevin Kolb, Rashad Baker, Winston Justice, Dan Clico, Jason Avant, Nick Cole, Quentin Dems, Omar, Hank, Cornelius Ingram, Joe Mays, Severio Roca, Amon Gordon, Hank Daniels, AJ Feely, Falcons, you had Tony Gonzalez, John Abram, Michael Turner, Roddy White, Jason Elm, Harvey Dahl, Matt Ryan, young Matt Ryan at 24, Mike Peterson, Curtis Lofton, uh, Eric Coleman, Brett Romberg, William Moore, Chris Houston, Chauncey Davis, Travis Jackson, Justin Peel, Lawrence Sidbury, Ben Wilkerson, Jamal Anderson, Vaughn Hutchings, Harry Douglas, Brett Hartog, Aaron Kelly, Trey Lewis, Antonio Harris, Thomas Brown. Damn, these are names. DJ Shockley. The 49ers, you had Patrick Willis, Andy Lee, Frank Gore. Damn, I remember, man, his prime was insane. Joe Staley, Nate Clements, Marvell Smith, Michael Lewis, Julio Rochelle, Isaac Bruce, DeKeo Spikes, Vernon Davis, Morin Norris. Morin Norris, what a name. Eric, David Boss, Walt Harris, Barry Smims, Adam Snyder, Josh Morgan, Hernandez Battle, Manny Lawson, Brandon Jones, Cody Wallace, Sean Hill. Man, these are a lot of cool names here in the NFL. Madden 10, Jason Hill, Delani Walker, Deshaun Goldson, Nate Davis, Reggie Smith, Brett Rasco, Ricky Jean-Francois, Jay Moore, Terrell Brown, Curtis Taylor, and Marcus Hudson. On the New York Giants, you had Chris Nee, Justin Tuck, Sean O'Hara, Brendan Jacobs, Corey Webster, Green McKenzie, Eli Manning, of course, Antonio Pierce, Chris Canty, Fred Robbins, Kevin Boss, Aaron Ross, Kenny Phillips, Steve Smith, Kevin Dockery, Danny Clark, Barry Caulfield, Michael Johnson, Guy Wimper, Hamid Bradshaw, Andre Brown, C.C. Brown, Dominic Hickson, Adam Coates, Darcy Johnson, Travis Beckham, Terrell Thomas, Lawrence Tynes, Kevin Booth, Danny Ware, David Carr. The Jaguars, you had Matthias, Greg Jones, Maurice Jones-Drew, Trey Thomas, John Henderson, Troy Holt, Daryl Smith, Brad Meester, Maurice Williams, Reggie Nelson, Vince Manoué, Brian Williams, Yvonne Britton, Mercedes Lewis, Reggie Hayward, Josh Scobie, Clint Ingram, Justin Durant, Rob, Rashad, Dennis, Richard, Derek, Montel Owens, Derek Harvey, Jordan Black, Mike Thomas, Derek Cox, uh, Will James, Kelvin Lowry, Dennis Norman, Adam Goldesh, Tim Shaw, Chauncey Washington, Mike Walker. Some names I recognize on this Jaguars team. On the Jets, the sad Jets. Tony Richardson, Chris Jenkins, Kerry Rhodes, Darrell Revis, Thomas Jones, Bart Scott, Sean Ellis, Damon Woody, Brendan Moore, Leon Washington, Mark Sanchez, the butt fumble. We all remember that. Dustin Keller, Brian Thomas, Bubba Franks, Dwight Larry, Vernon Golstead, Eric Smith, Howard Green, Brad Smith, David Clowney, Ahmed Darrow, Ronald Strickland, Larry Izzo, Robert Turner, James Wallace Wright, Dwayne Hunter, Drew Coleman. On the Lions, you had Jason Hanson, Calvin Johnson, Julian Peterson, Ernie Sims, Dwayne White, Kevin Smith, Terrell Smith, young Matthew Stafford at the time, Grady Jackson, Maurice Morris, Ronald Curry, Dante Culpepper, Ryan Johnson, Cliff Averill, Damon Cook, Casey Fitzsimons, John Bradley, Derek Williams, Dylan Gandy, Manny Ramirez, Daniel Looper, Will Heller, Aaron Brown, Eric King, Calvin Pearson, Keith Smith, Alex Lewis, Adam Jennings, Drew Statton. On the Packers, you had Nick Collins, Charles Woodson, Aaron Catman, Craig Jennings, Al Harris, Chad Clifton, Aaron Rodgers, Donald Driver, Ryan Grant, BJ Raja, what a name, AJ Hawk. Get the hair on AJ Hawk. Donald Lee, Clay Matthews, legend. Duke Preston, Johnny Dolly, Mason Crosby, Corey Hall, James Jones, Alan Barbary, Jordy Nelson. Dang, only a 69 at that time. Mike Montgomery, Ruval Martin, Jared Bush, Aaron Rouse, Tony Mall, Justin Harrell, Pat Lee, Reno Giomani, TJ Lang, Desmond Bishop, Matt Flynn as a third QB, I think. Panthers, we have Steve Smith, Julius Peppers, Jordan Cross, D'Angelo Williams, John Beeson, John Cassane, Thomas Davis, Chris Harris was here, Jeff King, what a name, Gary Barnage, Landon Johnson, Tyler Brayton, Dwayne Jarrett, Dan Connor, James Anderson. Next up is my favorite team. Tom Brady, Randy Moss, Richard Seymour, Logan Mankins, Vince Wilfork, Wes Welker, Matt Light, Stephen Gostkowski, Jarrett Mayo, Ty Warren, Stephen Neal, Fred Taylor, James Sanders, Teddy Bruce, Sean Springs, Benjamin Watson, Joey Galloway, Brendan Merriweather, Jarvis Green, Lawrence Martin, Maroney, Alex Smith, Patrick Chung. Yeah, wow, man, this team. Brandon Tate was here at the time. Sheesh. Matthew Slater, kickoff return legend on the Raiders. Lorenzo Neal, Thomas Howard. Man, their Jeff Garcia was their best quarterback at the time. That's sad. He had Jamarcus Russell. That didn't turn out good. Tony Stewart, Trevor Scott, Chris Morris, Devon Branch, Sam Williams, Justin Milner, Amir Shields, John Alston, John Vowie. Next up, we have the Rams, Josh Brown, Jason Brown, Jacob Bell, James Butler, Chris Long before he went to the Patriots, Randy McMichael, what a name, Joe Klopfenstein, Ty Hill, Antonio Pittman, Chris Draft, Cliff Ryan, Adam Goldberg, Todd Johnson, Quinton Bradley, Tim Carter, Eric Moore, David Forbad, Derek Stanley, Eric Bassey, Darrell Scott, Jonathan Wade, Dustin King, Kyle Bowler, Brock Berlin. On the Ravens, you had Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs. And this Ravens team, Joe Flacco at 24, Ray Rice, Fabian Washington, Adam Terry, David Hale, Cedric Pierman, Chris Carr, Trey Stallings, Troy Smith, Prescott Burgess, Frank Walker, John Beck. On Washington, you had Albert Haysworth, Chris Samuels, Clinton Portis, Chris Cooley, Randy Thomas, London Fletcher, Mike Sellers, Carlos Rogers, Santana Moss, Laren Landry, Cornelius Griffin, Andre Carter, Hunter Smith, D'Angelo Hall, Derek Dawkins, Casey Roback, Jason Campbell. Damn, I forgot about Jason Campbell. Antoine Randell, Philip Daniels, Liddell Betts, Jeremy Bridges, Stephon Heyer, Fred Smut, Kedrick Goldstein, Ronaldo Wen, Will Montgomery, Anthony Montgomery, Marquise Todd Collins, Malcolm Kelly, Fred Davis, Robert Thomas, Chris Wilson, Lorenzo Alexander, Cody Glenn. On the Saints, you had Drew Brees, 96 overall. Jamal Brown. Oh, wow. Reggie Bush, Pierre Thomas, Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell, is that the Detroit Lion coach? I think it is. Tracy Porter, Billy Miller, Pearson Pro, Joey Harrington, Chip Vaughn, Mark Zachlin, Tim Duckworth, Jolon Dunbar, what a name, Troy Evans, Adrian Arrington, Marvin Mitchell. On the Seahawks, you had Walter Jones, Patrick Kearney, Mike Whale, John Carlson. You had Matt Hasselbeck. That's great. Corey Redding, Daryl Trapp, Ken Lucas, Owen Schmidt, Brian Tullius, Sean, Max, Nate Burleson, Rod Sims, John Owens, John Ryan, Ray Willis, Justin Forsett, TJ Bucket, D.D. Lewis, Red Bryant, Dion Butler, Kyle Williams, Will Herring, Courtney Taylor, Kevin Hobbs, Steelers, James Harrison, James Farrier, Ben Roethlisberger, Aaron Smith, Casey Hampton. Sheesh, this was a team too. Man, the 2010 NFL era was like so goated in my opinion. Like just all these players and like just everything. Like obviously, I mean, I'm a Patriots fan, so a lot of Super Bowl watching for me. From the Texans, you had the Demeco Ryans, damn, Antonio Smith, Chris Brown, Matt Schwab, Connor Barwin, Chris Myers. A lot of close-up pictures for some players. Rashad Butler, Sean Cody, Chris Brown, Casey Andre, Dan, Jacoby Jones, Stanley McClover, David Pittman, Sean Thompson, Dominique Barber, Frank Oakman, Alex Brink. On the Titans, you had Michael Ruse, Rob Greeners, Kevin Keith, Chris Hope. Titans didn't have hope at this time. Jacob Ford, Jarrett Cook Jr., Sean Derrick Marks, Leroy Harris, Troy Kupo, Craig Stevens, Vincent Fuller, Vince Young. Yeah, that's a name for some odd reason I remember. I don't know if I'm thinking of that Vince Young, but I definitely remember a Vince Young. Patrick Ramsey, Josh Stamer, Paul Williams. On the Vikings, the last team we'll look at, you have Steve Hutchinson, Jared Allen, Kevin Williams, Adrian Peterson. Man, he was so good. I loved watching him. Antonio Winfield, I remember. Oh my God. Chester Taylor, Anthony Hara, Bobby Wade, Sidney Rice, 23 at the time. God, Lee. QB was Sage Rosefells, Ryan Cook, Benny Sharp, Glenn Holt, Brian Daniels, Jimmy Kennedy, Aaron Henderson, Drew Radovich, Jamarco Sanford, Andre Allison, Fred Evans, Eric Frampton, David Huron, Letroy Guillaume, Heath Farrell, Jamie Mitchell, John David Booty. At 48 overall, he is Booty. Now we'll take a look at the free agency really quick. We'll start with quarterback. So the best one's a 65. Uh, Edgar and James, Larry Gunn, JJ Arrington. You had Darren Barnes, Jamel Cook, Cecil Sapp. Wide receiver, Plexio Burris was the best one. Marvin Harrison. Tight end, you had George Wrighchester, Mark Campbell, Eric Johnson, Levi Jones, Anthony Davis, Kendall Simons, John Ryan, left end, Kevin Carter, Kabir Gaba Imala, Dwayne Robertson, Greg Ellis, Derek Brooks, Chris McAllister, Dwight Smith, Rodney Harrison, Lawyer Milroy, Mike Brown. Kicker, you had John Garney, Matt Stover, Martin Gramaticich. Punter, Todd, Mitch, Kyle Larson. So, yeah. So, if you did indeed enjoy looking at these Madden 10 rosters with me, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Go check out my main channel. I will catch you in the next video that I ever do. I hope you all have a great day. I will see you in the next one. Ciao.